And welcome back to another episode of Casey Campbell's Videocast. Of course, I'm Casey Campbell from Great Lakes Post, and we are now joined by the head softball coach at James Madison University, Loren LaPorte. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, I know it's been an interesting couple months for you. What has it been like, and how is everybody doing, and how's your team doing?
Team's doing good. Of course, we've had our Zoom video calls and things like that. They're in exams right now. So last week and this week, we haven't had a ton of communication and Zoom calls just because they're preparing for exams. But we've had communication with them, and we've had our end of the year meetings and, talking about, the future. Of course, we're having 3 seniors that are returning. So just trying to figure that all out, but very excited, about the upcoming season for next year.
Yeah. As you were telling me before, it's been pretty busy. I know you have a 4-year-old, but you're also pregnant with another child. How exciting is that?
It is exciting. It's a little scary right now for me just because, my doctors are telling me, not really sure, if you're pregnant, what can happen. So I've actually really been isolated. My husband does all the grocery shopping. I really haven't been out in public. So it's kind of been a very different lifestyle, but I will say it has been great, spending that time with my 4-year-old that usually at this time of the year, I don't see that much. So being able to spend every day with him has been awesome. Having to become a teacher with homeschooling and things like that. It's been fun.
I know that there's been a lot of things, how did the season go for you this year?
Yeah, we had some really big wins in the beginning. Right when all this kind of happened, we were dealing with a lot of injuries, especially in the circle. So we were trying to figure that out. And then this happened. We were down in Jacksonville, actually, when we got the call. We were at practice, and it was on a Thursday. We were playing on Friday, and my administrator called me and said, we need to get the girls back. And at that time, the season was just suspended. We had no idea that, we were going to get canceled completely. So we drove back from Florida the next day. And then on our way up, we got the phone call that the CAA had shut down the season and the school. So it was hard because as a coach, you always have kind of something to say set in stone. But when we kind of got back to campus, we really didn't know what to tell them because honestly, we didn't know when we were going to see our team again. So it was a really hard goodbye and a really awkward goodbye. But, when everything kind of settled and we kind of had to focus on the future and stay positive, we started having, team calls and things like that. So we had to switch gears.
Yeah. One of the reasons why I wanted to have you on is, of course, when I first met you last year it was actually in Ann Arbor. During the regional, the pre-regional or regional against in Ann Arbor with Michigan. What did that win do to this program?
Oh, well, I can tell you, it was definitely probably the most memorable, time I've ever had as a coach. It's something that I'll never forget. And I think, it put us on the map. I think, our program was already well known, especially, across the country. But being able to do that away, we had never done that before. The last time we went to super regionals, we won at home. So being able to do that on the road, I think it showed a lot of people that, we're here to play and we're a gritty bunch and we're not going to give up. We lost that 12-inning ball game to them on that Saturday and had to fight our way back. And just our kids just showed, so much fight and strength and just togetherness during that time. And I hope that a lot of people saw that. And kind of figured out what we're all about.
I think if I remember correctly, it was the 12-inning game Saturday, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Sunday, I think it was postponed due to like rain or something, and then they had to come back that Monday, and finish it out. And then what was that like, having to wait a day and then come back and win it again on Monday?
Yeah, honestly, losing that 12-inning ball game, and then we had to go and play again that night against DePaul. So our team was tired. I'm not going to lie. And when we got back to the field on Sunday, we weren't really sure. I think we stayed in the field house for probably about 3 to 4 hours, just waiting on, ESPN and all of the officials to make that final call. But our kids would hit some, and then we play games and hang out, and then we hit some more. But I don't think it was a bad thing for both teams. I mean, when you play a 12-inning ball game on Sunday, and then we had to play, another game, I thought it was great that both pitchers in Michigan with Bobian and Megan, they were fresh and ready to go, and it just made it such a even regional.
Yeah. What have you been up to with, with, I know, recruiting and stuff? I know it's been different because of, you can't really see anybody. So a lot of this and a lot of phone calls, texting. How has that been different for you?
It's very different. I mean, I think the nice thing right now is the social media aspect. I'm not going to lie. Just, recruits sending videos and taking videos of themselves, and us actually being able to sit down and watch it. It's really hard for us to recruit during the season because our mind is totally on our team. So it's kind of nice to have that social media aspect in this recruiting. But, when it comes to phone calls and things like that, we're very limited. That's really all we can do. But it has been hard. I think another thing that's been difficult is trying to figure out our team for the next few years, because with the other year of eligibility granted, we're trying to figure out, who wants to come back and things like that. So that affects recruiting as well. And we're trying to figure out our needs. And even like next year when we have 3 returners, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do already.
How many seniors are currently coming back? I know you said 3. Are there any more that possibly could?
Nope, I think it's set in stone. We have 3. Kate Gordon, Odyssey Alexander, and Madison Niokas are all coming back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where does that put you? 5 classes, that could be really interesting. Where does that put you in terms of numbers, and are you worried about that?
Not right now. We're right around that 25 mark, which I think we can handle. The administration was already going to give us that roster size anyway. So we kind of got lucky. We had some, people that aren't coming back and kind of moving on in different directions. So it's not like we're talking 30 to 32 people, because that would be very difficult to manage and trying to keep everybody happy. But I think the numbers are good, and those that are coming back are some of our best players that have ever played in the program. So I'm really excited that they get to finish their senior year.
Yeah. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. And I know you're going to be very, very busy in the next few weeks. And congratulations on your birth of your second child.
Thank you so much.